And now we move on to task number 5. Prioritize enhancements that add value to business operations. In order for you to complete these components successfully, you will need to review the research material published on WSI online. Specifically, there are 2 files that you need to consult. One, it is the information gathering methods, and where you are explained the interviews is a tool for system analysis and design, guidelines for conducting interview, follow-up interview, questionnaires and observations. Now all of this is all clearly explained into this base knowledge file. As well, there is another file which is the change management. Let me grab it. Which is that one here, this one here, which explains what is change management, the benefits of change management, the change management process, defining the strategies, how to prepare for change management. So therefore you will need to review these 2 files or attend the Adobe Connect sessions, where all of this will be explained while you're online by your teacher. And but unless you consult these files and you read through this material, it will be very difficult for you to comply with the assignment requirements for both task 5 and task number 6. So now let's see about task 5. So now, after consulting with the system analysis and design firm, that the company has decided to upgrade a number of ICT infrastructure system functions that would add value to the business operations. Suggestion made, which is actually the suggestion that you have made earlier in the section in here in the ICT infrastructure overview, when in point number number 2, you propose a system upgrade, integration of sustainability, a system of hardware and software, or both, for example blade servers and virtualization. Okay, so we already discussed about this one. So now that suggestion was taken over by systems analyst, and they have decided to upgrade the ICT infrastructure function, which was based upon your suggestion earlier. So now you can, if you didn't select the virtualizations or blade servers, or you went with cloud computing with the Amazon or Microsoft Azure. So now this is the moment that in section 5 you prioritize these enhancements. Okay, so you have been selected to be the change management officer, and your task is to prioritize the implement these changes. The first task is for you to conduct data gathering activities that involves all identified stakeholders. So set out to use the following data gathering tools. So now, in order for you to obtain or to conduct all of these, you will need to create a questionnaire, an interview report, and an observations report. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the questionnaire. And with the questionnaire, all the informations that you are going to need are written in here. This is the interview. We have to go to the questionnaire. Information gathering methods, and this are the interviews, and then the questionnaires is done a little bit down here. Okay, so you will have to do all 3. They are well all defined into this base knowledge file. So you need to produce a questionnaire to be sent to the targeted users of the current system and other selected stakeholders, soliciting their view on the proposed changes. Where possible, test the questionnaire in the real world. Make assumptions is required. Okay. What questionnaires? What should you ask? What kind of information you want to obtain? Now, remember that we are now prioritizing enhancement that add value to the business operations. You're now the change management officer, and now you want to know from whom? From the users of the system, from the IT department staff, those who are in a position to provide you feedback in order how to deploy, how to better utilize these enhancements that you are doing to the network. Now, if you want to move everything to the cloud, right, to cloud computing, then you will need to talk with them. You will need to say how you feel about this. Is this a solutions? Will you support this solution? Because everything that you do may impact onto the employability of the staff. Once you move everything to the cloud, well, you don't need all the staff to support him, because the server activities, everything is much easier to do, even with your own staff that administer those services. But the hardware, it's not physically located on your premises anymore, so therefore you may have resistance from employees, and this is what you want to find out into the questionnaire. Next, you do an interview report. Now, you prepare an interview schedule with the ICT manager and other ICT department employees engaged in supporting the network and its users. Your aim is to obtain information that will assist you with the change management activities. Produce the interview report using the provided template is a sample in Appendix D, which we are going to see it in a moment. What we want to do into this interview report, you have to you schedule an interview with the ICT manager or any other. All you gotta do is to interview one person only, not multiple person. You select the person which is most appropriate for you to interview. Right now, while the questionnaire is designed for a wider audience, let's say all the staff in the ICT department, right? While the interviewing the ICT manager, you interview the person in charge, so that you get both opinions from the wider population and from the person in charge. Okay, so then you go in observation report using the provided template in Appendix C. Carry out observation activities of the selected company's ICT infrastructure. The aim here is to identify how the current business processes work that will assist you in the change management activities. Now, this part number 3, it is for you. It is for you to be focused, and you look through observations, right? And say, you got the opinion of the staff, you got the opinion of the ICT manager. Now you need to observe, and you produce this report. This is known as data gathering activities. You are going to be the change manager to make this happen. You are the one who's going to guide the show. And so therefore you want to be in the know. You want to know what is happening. You want to know how best you can manipulate, not the words I was saying manipulating, no, but the word is managing. How you can manage all the stakeholders into this process of change. So that's why data gathering activities are very important. They will put you in the seat that you know all the people involved, you know everybody's anxieties, you know how you need to work through the quagmire of office politics, and so that you can bring to completion your task of managing the change, so that will assist everybody involved to a smooth transition from the old system to the new system. All right, now let's look at the various appendix. And all these appendix that you see here are all into the base knowledge files of information gathering methods and the change management. But here is the interview. This is the interview report template. In here, in this case, we had the project was for World Medical Corporation. This is the date. This was the person who prepared it, and this is the interviewee. This was Mary Stewart's account manager of World Medical Corporation's Brisbane office. Of course, in your case, you may want to interview the ICT manager of the corporation where you are, or someone who can act in their position, or anyone that you can find. All right. So then there is a project scope. The project scope. What did you want to know from Mrs. Stewart? Mrs. Stewart wishes to change the existing sales transaction system in order that timely reports can be generated. Right. In this case, well, if you want to deploy virtualization or blade service, which one would you do first? Would you implement blade service, or you will implement virtualization first? Or if you want to move all the services to the cloud computing, so what is going to happen while this process is taking place? Will you shut down all the servers while you're moving everything to the cloud? So you are the change management person. You are managing the change, all right? So what is the scope that you need to manage? This next is the system objectives. What are your objectives? Is to improve the speed. In this case, was where you were interviewing the accounts manager, to improve and ease the sales transactions. To produce current information regarding sales, volumes, revenue and profits, to automatically create restocking orders or other, and you continue. But you have to apply your system objectives directly applied to what you are doing. This is only a template which shows a general view of an interview. Then system required system features. You know the features of which you to replace this transaction system is speedy and accurate customer transaction procedures. In the case of cloud computing, or in the case of a blade service, or in the case of virtualization, what would be the system required features that you need to hear? All right. So remember that this is an interview report, and this is what you are doing. You are preparing to interview the ICT manager, and these are all the questions that you want to ask. Right? These are not the answers that you have received. These are the questions that you want to ask. If it is about the network security features, well, you have a look at all the questions here. In other words, you need to formulate this. This part here may not be applicable for the solutions that you have proposed, and you need to find out the proper questions that you want to ask to the ICT manager. And this template it can be used for you to achieve this task. The next, we have the systems analyst observations report. Now this is all explained very thoroughly into the base knowledge file, so I encourage you very strongly to go in there and read about it. Now this is the company infrastructure that of course you need to change all the labels accordingly, but the point here, you need to you are the observer and you need to give a score, and to this you define your own model of scoring, say 1 to 10, 1 to 5, and you will provide a score here. What you can do, you can print this, and you can even fill in by hands all of this, right? Even you can put all your comments here by hand, and then you can scan it and incorporate the scanned image into your document. That will be your final assignment that you are going to submit. Okay, so the next is as you can see, then all reflections you need to write it down. Your comments, reflections, your signature, your date, and this template can be modified, customized according to your own observation methods. Right? So this is only a guidance, right? You can use, or you can create your own. I'm sure if you Google, you will find so many templates, and you can use any one you like. Next, we have. I thought I had the questionnaire, but anyway, we have. Let me have a look if we have a questionnaire in here. I thought that I had a questionnaire now. There you are. You just go to all these links and the questionnaire research and consulting guidelines. You just go and click, and you will get a questionnaire template. Okay, we already done a questionnaire as well in previous subjects of this course, and so after this we will now we will go and continue with our task number 5. Yeah, well, it is completed. So ensure that you will you read all the reading material, and this reading material is not just reading; it's a study material, right? It's got all the links, YouTube's that you can go to, and so I suggest you very strongly. If you want to do a good job and good for yourself, for you to really enhance your learning curve in these subjects. Okay, so I'll see you back on to task number 6. And we have now reached the last component for this assessment, and this is about the change management plan. You need to write 500 words including the template, and it is imperative, it is a must that the reading material and research file change management, it's a 9-page reading and research file available from TAFE Online. I already shown it to you when I discussed the task number 5, but particularly in here you need to read chapter 3. Chapter 3 is very important and will guide you, and the template you need to use it is provided at point 3.3 of this base knowledge file. So let's read the requirement first. The change management plan. You following the data gathering activity, you are now ready to produce the change management plan. This report will be used to guide the project manager and steering committee into the successful implementation of the changes made. Produce the change management report as follows. But before we start going 1 point, 2, 3, and 4, now let us say that I am the project manager, right? And I need I have a project. There is a project schedule of let's say a typical project of, say, the implementation of or upgrade of a system, or the total implementation of a new system. Now let's say that I will say to you that that number 1, we need to make built-in modifications because the new system requires more power, and while we are there we want to change desks, we want to make other modifications to the communications room. There are many skills here that are required. Number 1, electrician, right? Then if there is plumbing to be done, well, there will be plumbers to be done. If the roof has to be changed, you need the roof. So you got so many skills which are outside the scope of managing a network, right? Because the IT people do not play with the electricity. the electricity. You got to be a qualified electrician to do all of that. So now, while we change from the old to the new, the project manager is specifically concerned with the according to the project schedule for his activity to deploy a new components to the system. What the change management does, right? It ensures that the project manager can be on schedule in doing all his project management activities. Well, the change management, let us say, if you it is involved, say, on moving or shutting down one department, right, while all these activities they take place, is the change management officer that has to go into the department and says, you know, now we got to enlarge the communications room. So you guys here, you will have to go somewhere else, but we are going to make changes to the building plan so that you will come back into this area, but not after all of this it has been done. So therefore, in the meantime, we have to relocate you somewhere else. And that it could be to relocate you into together within another department. Let us say it was the marketing department, and you say, marketing department, for a while you're gonna go and work, and we bring all your desks, we'll bring everything to the sales department. So that's what the change management does. It makes sure that all the changes, they do take place while the project manager is concerned directly with the activities on moving everything and changing everything and deploying everything that adds value to the ICT department. Remember that we are here talking just about ICT, but ICT does not live alone. It lives within the confinement and within the environment of the corporation. So now you need to before now again I discuss 1.2, 3, and 4. You need to get familiar with this template here, which is in point 3.3 of the change management base knowledge file. So this is the template you need to follow. Introduction. You provide a background link to the strategic goals of and other changes. The project sponsor, this is the person that leads the change project and is accountable to ensuring the project and change plan are implemented. Now, in the base knowledge file in here, there are all the explanations over all these of all these labels are about. So what you need to do, it is to study this material. This is the template that gives you the description that you are developing the change management plan. So and it continues until page 7. So you need to get familiar. This will be discussed separately in your Adobe Connect session by your teacher. However, that's the guidelines that you need to follow. Now let's go back in here, and he says we need to select one of the proposed changes is the prioritized solution. That is either server virtualization, deployment of blade servers, or move part of the server solution to cloud computing, or any other activity or proposal that you have discussed back in point number, let's go back, in point number 3.2, propose a system upgrade. Okay, remember you already discussed this, so that's what you need to discuss. Okay, so we are here, and then you review chapter 3 of the change management file, which I've just shown it to you, and define your change management strategy while considering the human resources factor, the company culture, and the unexpected. Using the template point 3.3, page 6 of the change management file, which I've already shown it to you, produce the change management plan for the selected system upgrades. And with this, then you do the bibliography, and then with this, just one more just one more that we will go and have a look. We'll look at here. Once you read the whole chapter 3, it prepares you for the whole change management. Change management is a three-phase process: preparing the change, managing the change, review the change, and then of course finally is the change management plan. You need to address the human resource factors. You start from the top, assess the company culture, prepare for the unexpected. There are YouTube here that will assist you, so therefore you are now empowered to complete task number 6, the change management plan. And this brings to an end to the tutorial of this particular assessment. And remember that the tutorial does not include we have not covered all the components on which you need to study within the knowledge base files, as I have just highlighted, and also the activities they are performed online with your teacher. So when you have Adobe Connect sessions, there is a Q&A session, question and answer, where you can ask a question to your teacher. Okay, well, this is it. My name is Dom, and I hope you enjoy doing this assessment. Bye for now.